Alright, so I'm currently in the middle of figuring out a guide for Rampart right now, and I thought in the meantime I put out these two clips and deep dive into it of showing how effective Rampart is and how effective she can be when put in the right hands. So I want to show you guys these two clips to show you how I'm putting myself in these winning situations. So right here, the clip starts off with me crafting my teammate's banner as the ring is closing, and we actually end up getting shot here from the left as we were crafting, and you can notice that I already have a wall pre-placed down. And as a general rule of thumb as Rampart, whenever you're crafting or doing anything similar to this, always have a wall down. As a general tip, as Rampart, you should always just have a wall down. Somewhere, somehow, just always have a wall down. And that actually, I think that might even have saved my team from being shot here, but we get caught out here while trying to craft my team's banner. So after I grab the banner, I run up the hill. Are they up here? Alright. Turn off the audio real quick. So as I run up here, I'm making sure there's nobody here. I'm clearing the building out.
There's a lot of energy on the
Because
second floor.
if there's people here, that's
Let
gonna
me
be
know
a
you see any
big problem.
thermites. I need thermite.
But it's good, it's safe, no one's here. So I'm scoping out to figure out who shot at us earlier. And I know it was from the left somewhere, so I'm checking my left. But right here, I knew that there were people coming in from bunker rotating because of the ring. The squad that wiped my teammate whose banner I was crafting was rotating from bunker. And I knew this running up the hill. So instead of putting a wall, focusing on the people on my left, if you look right there, you can actually see a gravity lift right there on the left. Instead of focusing of putting a wall on people who aren't a threat to me in the moment, I put a wall facing towards the people who are gonna be the threat to me. Because I'm not worried about getting shot from these guys. I'm more worried about getting shot from the people rotating in from bunker. So I'm covering my back and my sides. And you see it worked out perfectly because I immediately get shot from that exact direction. And look, now I have two walls to play off of. And look how much damage I'm doing to him through my amped walls. 31, a body shot. Immediately puts him down out of cover. That one as well, my teammate gets the knock. I'm looking for a repeat, but he doesn't. So right now my attention is turned towards this squad now, since I wanna go to them. They're my main threat right now. The squad on my left is no longer a priority at all. They're doing their own thing, and I'm doing my own thing over here.
Flinch?
I charged up my rampage. This game I did end up using the rampage since I ended up getting the gold heavy mag early on. The rampage in Rampart's hands is pretty good actually, considering its slow reload, and her passive kind of negates that. So rampage isn't a bad option if you're fine with carrying 2 to 3 thermites.
There's a charged up Senti. Wait, I have one.
So you can see right here he breaks my amped part, and if you didn't notice, the enemy has a charged up sentinel. And you want to respect the charged up sentinel very much. And I call that out to my teammate. I tell him, he has a charged up senti, don't peek that. I have wall in 3 seconds. But sadly my teammate doesn't listen and does end up getting punished for that instantly as soon as he peeks.
There's a charged up Senti. Wait, I have another one. 1 second.
Then the first thing I'm doing as soon as I get my wall, boom, I'm stacking my wall behind the already placed wall. This way, my new wall being built is unbreakable. They can't stop me from rebuilding this. Now I know that this team wants to push me immediately. They want to play off this knock immediately. And I know that. As soon as I get this wall down, I'm gonna revive my teammate to go into third person and get info on how they're gonna approach me.
So, what did I say?
And something if you need to know as well playing Rampart, whenever you revive your teammate behind a wall, it actually does crouch you down the perfect amount so you can't get hit behind your wall while reviving. And as the wall finishes building up and your character stands up, finishing the revive animation, you're still safe and protected. So it's a perfect way to revive your teammates. So I see here, in third person, I see one jump padding up to the zipline. I react instantaneously. I stop the res, and I whip out my Sheila. Now, everyone knows you need to respect the Sheila. It's a minigun. It'll kill you instantaneously, and you'll see that in a second.
You wanna take it? You wanna take it? Let's go! Take it, come on.
You could see, look at my health. I am 1 health, but having these walls, playing my cover, and playing my advantage, it's very hard to push me without getting punished harshly. And you can see this team got punished instantly the moment they decided to push me, because they didn't respect the fact that I already had walls and now I have my Sheila. As soon as they heard the Sheila, they should have turned back around. But they did not respect my Sheila at all, and they put their hands together and prayed to Allah that I wouldn't wipe them. Allah did not respond to their prayers, and I killed them instantly. But sadly, I do get third party
The zipline.
and die right
Wow.
after.
It's fine,
But
whatever. They got home.
aside from the third party, I completely played that fight perfectly. And that's how you need to be playing Rampart. You need to utilize these walls and her Sheila perfectly. And you need to have it pre-placed in ways that will help you ahead of time instead of in the moment in situations like that. So for the next clip, I hear a team fighting up ahead.
Alright, not that
And
cheap, right?
I push up further to get info on if this is a
They are
third
not that
partyable
cheap, right?
fight or if it's just enemies in the area. So I see that the enemies are pretty far back, so I know I have a good amount of ground to play since the distance between us is pretty great. So whenever you're playing Rampart on a slope like this, you don't want to place her walls on the slope itself. On slopes, her walls are pretty bad, so you want to have it on flat ground. Now right here, I placed 2 walls. 1, so I can engage immediately, and 2, the second wall, so I have a wall to back down to in case anything goes wrong. You need to always have a wall to fall back to when playing Rampart. Now I backed up here because I noticed that they were pushing a little too fast, or way faster than I would have liked. So as soon as I noticed that I lost the pace of the fight and control of the area of the battle, I immediately back up. I don't need to hug my walls or anything or play it to the very last second. I immediately back up and I bait them into my building. That you can already see I have some cover pre-placed up, which plays heavily into the next fight. So I'm baiting them back into my real territory. So them pushing me out of here is no problem because the real goal of this is to get them to where I want to fight them. I'm manipulating the fight into my advantage. So right now they may think I'm at a disadvantage because I'm split and I'm in the open, but as soon as I get to this building, you can see everything changes in a split second.
Cover for you, mates. Got a tag on it. Say what? We're all inside this ring. An enemy's shield.
So right here, even though I don't have the amped part of my wall, what the amped part of the wall is doing, and it's still giving me partial cover, but at the same time, it's also stopping the enemies from having an easy way into the building. What I mean by that is if the enemies wanted to get into my building, they would have to slide jump over my wall to effectively get over my building without crouching on top of the wall through the doorway. So it's giving me an extra layer of security considering that the walls of the doors have been blown off the walls, so. See, my teammate is a good prime example of this. Unfortunately, it happened to my teammate, but you can see right here that he had a hard time getting into the building because of my wall.
Enemy taken down.
Now right there, if I got scanned by the seer right there and ended up getting silenced, I would have been dead this very next 10 seconds. But because I avoided that and I was able to keep my abilities, you can see how Rampart single-handedly saved the fight, because if I did not have her abilities here, I would have been dead 100%. Now, as a good Apex player, you need to be aware of your teammates' positioning, your teammates' health, if they can or cannot fight, what your teammates are doing. And right here, I immediately noticed my teammate is getting fried towards the back of the building, the other side. I immediately turn my focus there and see what I can do to help. Right here, my teammate lets me know that he's close. So I immediately react and pull out my Sheila. And I don't peek while winding it up. I wind it up and then I peek. You can see the moment I'm already ready to shoot him, my gun is ready as well. So right here, my teammate goes down, and I immediately start firing him. 70 damage instantly, cracked. Alright, with this machine gun, you don't want to stop firing. You want to keep pre-firing everything you can. Pressure them, scare them. I'm pre-firing the right. I hit him for 28. Fire the left. Alright, he's too scared to peek now. Now's my chance to play off that open area. His teammate swings me, doesn't matter. I have a Havoc and the better shot. I one mag him. And the Octane in the process. White 2 and 1 mag. This is where Rampart shines as well. Blocking the door. The enemy only has one way to get to me, and I know that. Then use the Sheila wind up to scare him. I need it off to buy some more time so I can make more walls. Now keep in mind, that wall right there in the middle of the hallway is huge. A lot of people think their walls are useless the moment the amped cover breaks, but that wall just being there is huge because it forces the enemy to slide and jump over it. No matter what, if the enemy wants to get over that wall, they have to slide jump over it. No matter what, they have no choice. They're slide jumping over that if they want to make it past the hallway and get to me. And I know that. So I feel very safe here. My back is protected completely, the double door in the wall. My sides are covered. I'm in complete control of the pace of the fight right here. I try to get the res, but I see him pushing in. Right there, notice that? He had to slide jump in. Now what does that mean when he has to slide jump? He cannot slide with full momentum for the next 2, maybe 3 seconds. So now that he lost his ability to slide, you can see he's left with very little options here. Because a regular player, they would have ran straight through the hallway and slide jumped, swinging me from my right. But now he doesn't have the ability to slide anymore. I took away his ability to slide because I forced him into doing that. Now he's fucked. What he's gonna do? Shotgun my wall? That's gonna take at least 3 shots to break my amped wall. So now he's trying to go to the right side if he can get around. Look at that. He's trying to use my own wall as his cover, and he quickly gets punished for that. Why is he trying to use my wall as cover? So just know, even if somehow he did manage to use my wall as cover, I could have at any point taken down my wall and removed that possibility completely. Yeah, another knock. Easy. Completely controlling the pace of the fight. I'm 100% confident here. I know I can't lose. It's simply impossible for me to lose at this moment. And right here, me putting down another wall in that hallway isn't for the end part. It's to add on the extra layer of security through the slide jump. So now, if they want to slide jump through the hallway, they have to perfectly time the slide jump to make it through both walls. So not only was it difficult enough for them to safely make it through by slide jumping over one wall, me putting down the second wall adds an extra layer of less forgiveness if they wanted to slide jump through the hallway. And you can see that perfectly right there. Perfectly. Right there, you can see the mantling. Why? Because they did not did not perfectly slide jump through the hallway, and what ended up happening? They mantled my wall. And what happens when I actually mantled my wall? Dead instantly. So you can see by using her walls and her Sheila to the fullest, you can manipulate the fight in a way that no other legend can. You have so much play potential, especially in a building, that it's just some situations are just impossible for you to lose. So use what you learned from these clips and put them into your next gameplay of Rampart. Peace.